Welcome to Busch League Sports. Want to hear something really Busch League, Zach?
Yeah, I do.
A Yankee fan wearing a Cubs shirt.
It happened.
First thing I said when they won, I can't believe it happened.
I still can't believe it
Are
happened, dude. I still can't.
Yeah.
108 years is a long time.
Fiance's family bought it for me, so
You gotta wear it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, anyways.
And is it Addison Russell?
Mm-hmm.
3-1 run walk off today.
So dope.
Yeah.
So dope. Addison is a really good baseball player.
Yeah.
They are going to be good for a long time.
Let's just start with baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yanks are looking good too.
Yanks are looking good. They finally lost a game. They're on a winning streak, but
Was it 7 games or 6 games, something like that?
they won 7 in a row, and then they lost one, and then they won yesterday, and they're winning right now.
Man.
So Yankees look good.
Cubs Yankees are going to meet there.
Yeah.
How sweet would that be?
I would be so far in debt because
I'd be there.
I would be at every single game. Like, legitimately, I really would be at every single game.
I'd do my best.
And Taylor would be crapping her pants because I'm going to do it whether she comes with me or not. I think she's going to come with me too. And it's just going to be outrageous how much money we spend.
I would do it.
We could buy a car, or
You could buy more than that.
probably more than that, yeah. Just
So-
with the tickets alone, we could probably buy a car.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever, it's going to be worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Cubs, Yankees.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Been saying that for weeks. The Mets have lost 4 straight games. The last at bat of the game. It's 4 walk-offs. They got walked off on 4 times in a row.
That sucks, man. Because part of that you can't help.
Yeah.
If a guy just gets a good hit, I mean, it happens. But 4 times? Ugh, that sucks. That sucks. It happens.
Yeah, and this is right after last week. They won 2 games, even though they had a grand slam hit against them both games. So
That's pretty crazy.
yeah,
If you get a grand slam hit against you, you generally lose. That's how it works.
generally, yeah.
Seattle whooped up on Miami.
Did they? Are they
10-5. It's over.
Jeter and Jeb Busch are talking about teaming up to buy the Marlins.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They were the 2 contenders to buy him, and they were like, why not both?
Speaking of them, Ichiro hit a home run.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Possibly the last home run he ever hits in Seattle, that stadium.
Apparently it's going to be torn down. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yes. I don't know why else they would say that, because he's a Marlin. I bet he goes back to Seattle at some point. He says he wants to play till he's 50. That's at least another 6 years.
At this point, it looks like he can.
Yeah, why not? I bet he plays till he's 51, but that's been his number forever.
He's really good, man.
Yeah.
He is in great shape.
One of the best contact hitters of all time.
He's so good.
The best contact hitter right now is Mookie Betts.
Yeah. It's been several times at bat.
128 plate appearances, 0 strikeouts. I told you before the season even started that Mookie Betts is going to win the MVP.
I think that's on here somewhere, so you
Yeah.
guys can go look back at
Go
the videos.
look
I'm
at
pretty
it.
sure he said that.
Yeah. Mookie Betts is he's awesome.
He's bonkers,
He is
man.
just lightning fast.
He's such a good athlete, first of all.
He's a great outfielder, and he doesn't strike out.
Right. Another guy.
I'll take that guy on my team.
I will too. Another guy had a quite a big hit. Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, yeah.
He crushed a home run. Crushed it. 448, I believe it was.
Too soon.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. That's Busch League.
That's Busch League. I saw a better one. That's pretty good, though.
Home runs, yeah. 448-foot home runs.
Like, why?
Stanton has 42 440-foot-plus home runs since 2010. That's 10 more than anybody else.
That's stupid.
440-foot home runs. That's... What's that? Nah. That's not a good idea. The umps are apparently going to be mic'd up when they are reviewing the play.
Really?
Yep.
For everybody to hear?
Apparently.
That'd be interesting.
That would be good.
Be really. It might be good. Might be bad.
We will see. We will see. Fowler hit 2 home runs. Speaking of home runs.
He hit 2.
He hit 2 home runs.
Too bad he's playing for the wrong team now, but
Yeah.
freaking Redbirds.
Yeah, that was a bad decision not signing him back. I get Chapman because they have other pieces in the bullpen. You know, they have other outfielders too, but Fowler is, I don't know. Now they have who's their stud that was hurt all last year? Schwarber. He's batting leadoff.
Yeah, he is.
Isn't that just crazy? Just thinking about that.
It's a good pick.
In
my opinion, that's a good pick.
They had the pitcher batting 8th, and they had Baez batting 9th.
Yeah.
And then
Addie's hitting cleanup. It's Schwarber, Chris, Rizzo,
and then
Russell.
No.
Russell's cleanup.
No, cleanup is the guy from Tampa. The guy that won the MVP last year.
I think Addie bats after him then.
Yeah. And it's just,
what's his name? The ginger guy? That's really bad that I can't remember his name.
I can't think of his name either. I'm totally blanking on it. But he won
sad.
the MVP.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He really is a stud. He's got kind of a weird batting stance, to be honest.
He does.
But I guess it works. I was looking through their lineup, and like the Yankees lineup, 3, 4, 5 years ago, when A-Rod was actually playing, and Jeter was not declining yet. And
right.
Teixeira was in his prime. And
right.
It was like that lineup where there's not a weakness.
No.
Until you face the pitcher.
See, and that's the thing about the Cubs. A lot of their first 5 guys, their first 5 hitters are just dumb.
Well, and their 9th hitter too.
They have their catcher.
They have Addison, and then they have.
Here, let me just look it up. Karen, you should have this.
It's right here.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
Box score, baby.
I didn't even look up there.
Hayward. I forgot about Hayward.
Yeah,
Alomar
dude.
Jr. hit a home run today too.
Wait, batting order. I want to find the batting order.
It's right there.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah. So.
Brewers.
Looks like did Schwarber not play? Or did he...
You'd think the batting order would be on here, though.
You'd think so. Regardless, I mean, there's 9 players that you don't want to pitch to.
On the Cubs?
8 in a pitcher.
And yeah, dude, and you know who's been coming on for the Cubs this year is Rondon. He's finally starting to. Last couple games, he started to show that he has some real promise.
They're gonna be awesome.
For the next, I'm telling you, dude, next 3 or 4 years, they're just gonna be hard to play.
Yeah,
they're just gonna be hard to play.
CeCe said about some of these players, the super team that the Yankees are building.
Yeah,
he said he doesn't care about any super team in 2019. He cares about winning right now, which makes sense because CeCe doesn't.
He's getting older. No, what is he? 30.
I have no idea how old CeCe is.
He's in his 30s.
He looks good this year, though. I think he's 2-0.
Is he really?
I think so.
How's Tanaka doing?
Tanaka won his second game.
Okay,
I think
good.
he's pitching tonight.
I like him. He's got some junk, man. He's got some great pitches.
He's so nasty.
Dude, I'm telling you, those Asian pitchers, man, they are nasty.
I was
nasty.
watching who's the guy for the Cubs that started the 7th game of the World Series? Kyle Hendricks.
He hasn't been playing well this year, man. He has been struggling.
He had a couple home runs hit off him today.
Yeah, he did.
But he has this slider and he was painting the outside corner with a slider.
Dude, his slider is so dirty.
Yeah, it was
so dirty.
I was pretty grossed out by it.
You were grossed out.
Yeah.
It was that disgusting.
Yeah. What else we got here? Do we talk about Marte getting suspended 80 games?
80 games, man. Here's the thing about the PED thing. I think when people hear PEDs, what do they think? Steroids.
Steroids, yeah.
But guess what? Most PEDs now are for recovery. People don't realize that. Most PEDs that are used are for recovery, like HGH. Like the Peyton Manning thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, HGH is a great way to get your body back in shape and to make it healthy again. But, again,
Also
it is
makes you bigger.
It does. But Peyton Manning's instance, it's not going to matter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if his hairline receded, but his forehead got bigger.
He has a 5 head.
Maybe a 6.
Might have a 6 head. I might have to measure.
Horseshoe head.
Because you have a forehead. I have a forehead. I know plenty of people with 5 heads. I don't know why we're talking about this, but
Josh Harrison.
Yeah.
Got hit by 4 consecutive pitches. It was 2 separate games. The last 2 in the...
Think there's something to that?
Oh.
Probably not.
Baseball magnet. Whatever.
Is he huge?
No, he's a little guy. And I wouldn't want to hit Harrison because he is a devil on the bases. He's one of the best base runners in the league.
Is he?
Like, honestly, yeah. Him and...
I'm trying to even think right now.
I honestly can't even...
Well, Mookie is fast,
Mookie's
man.
fast, yeah. I can't think of... he's a
Dude, do you remember Ichiro running back in the day?
Yeah.
Base run? Dude, he used to steal so many bases. He was fun to watch, man. I love Ichiro.
Tim Tebow, kind of baseball, was talking about a new Braveheart movie, and he was like, "Yeah, I'd be in a new Braveheart movie."
I mean, just from looking at him, yeah, he fits a Celtic warrior, Scottish warrior. You know,
Yeah.
He's pretty big.
Yeah.
Why are they gonna make a new Braveheart? Are they gonna make a sequel? Or are they gonna remake it? Or he's just talking out his ass?
He was like, "I really like Braveheart. I'd like to be in Braveheart."
If you guys haven't seen Braveheart, go watch it. It's a great movie.
Long movie.
Really long, like 2.5 hours.
Michael Phelps on a
Swimmer.
comeback. He said, "We'll see."
What? He could probably still whoop a bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
He probably could win a couple more gold medals. He's so good. Now, I want to talk about something real quick. Because you bring him up, and what comes up when he's brought up is dominance.
Yeah, that's what comes up.
That's what should come up. Because, now I want to talk to you about this. Who is the most dominant athlete in their sport ever?
We're going to get to that in just a second.
Okay.
But we have one person to talk about in transition.
Baby bump!
Baby bump. Dana Vollmer, also a swimmer. 5 gold medals. Is pregnant. Still in the pool. Kicking butt. That's awesome. Better than that, winning an Australian Open while pregnant.
Serena!
She's the most dominant
athlete of all time.
Athlete ever. There's no one that's been... There's just not. I don't care. She just won a championship while pregnant. Who else can say that? Who else can say that?
Michael Jordan can.
There's no male athlete that can say that. Maybe Scottie Pippen. He's the only one I can think of.
Sorry, Scotty. You were good, man. But Serena... there are a couple people you can throw in there. Now, you take a guy like Usain Bolt. His events don't happen as often. There's not just constant tournaments, right? But his dominance was so clear, right?
Serena's been...
It's about the numbers of it. The sheer numbers of Opens she's won.
She's been the best for...
15 years?
For at least 10 years.
And the nice thing, and the crazy thing is, you know who the other best person is? Her sister.
Yeah. I don't know, there's one other...
Sharapova used to kick butt.
Sharapova, yeah.
No, Venus has won more than her, though.
And then there's one more now that's...
I
can't,
the younger blonde girl. Yeah, she's a beast too.
Yeah, probably
Russian
or German or something.
But no, she's American. She's from like the Midwest.
Oh.
I don't remember her name. She's really.
I know
good.
there's something Keys.
Yeah,
Madison Keys.
Keys.
No, there's.
She's
another,
wooking butt, dude.
Yeah, there's another.
She's
one
from the
that's-
Quad City area, I
yeah,
think.
she's from Rock Island.
Yeah.
There's another one that's been more dominant than her, but as far as dominance, no one has been more so than Serena has.
As a single athlete,
I mean,
probably.
maybe Tiger, but then you can talk about Jack Nicholson and how he's won more championships. So
You can talk about a couple golfers. There's a couple of them. But the Tiger years, dude, he was so good.
I would almost argue Mariano Rivera. That may be Yankee bias, but he had the most
his pitching, dude.
His cutter was the most unhittable pitch in baseball ever.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is it by the numbers, actually? I bet it is by the numbers.
Honestly, I bet it is by the numbers, too. You know, I want to know how many broken bats he had.
He threw it hard, man. What was he throwing? 98?
No, he didn't throw 98. In his prime, maybe. But most of his career, he was probably closer to 94,
Well, if he's catching guys on the inside,
yeah,
and he's catching them on the inside of the bat, you're gonna get a lot of broken bats.
I went to
hit that weaker point
in his farewell season when everybody was giving him gifts. I went to one of his last games. It was 4th of July weekend when he was playing the Twins, and they gave him a rocking chair, and all the back, like the bats in the back there, were all bats of pitches that he broke.
The bats.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty.
Like,
was it only Twins bats?
I don't know.
That'd be cool. If it was only Twins bats.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how you kind of plan for that.
Yeah, I don't know how you find those bats.
Yeah.
Like, jeez, that's an expensive project.
Yeah. Bats broken by Rivera. A whole rocking chair made out of him.
I think I'm gonna kill your dog.
Whatever.
Just kidding.
I
love you, Randall.
Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. Apparently, the winner could win over $100 million.
That's what Floyd wanted.
Less for Conor McGregor. Apparently,
even if he wins.
I don't know why.
Because Floyd is a big ticket.
Yeah, it's Floyd.
I'm telling you. I'm still telling you. Don't underestimate the Irishman.
I feel like Floyd should have a warm-up fight.
I'm telling you. No.
Easy 30 million.
No. Because he wants to end his career 50-0 against Conor McGregor on the biggest fight maybe in history.
Maybe.
Because it's the only crossover fight that's ever happened. By two champions? Dude, this is the biggest fight that's ever happened. I am so excited.
You know,
I will be watching that
I'm not
fight.
a big enough boxing.
I love MMA. UFC.
I'm not a big enough fighting
fan
to weigh in on if that's the best fight ever. I'm sure there's.
I'm
other
saying
ones that,
in terms of notoriety and money, yes, it is.
I don't watch fights, but I'd watch that fight.
You better watch that fight.
I would watch that fight.
It's going to be awesome. I'm telling you though.
Come on in, buddy.
If Conor can land that scary left that he has, he's quick, man. He grew up as a boxer.
Yeah.
He grew up in Ireland as a boxer, so. And again, is he going to win?
Probably not a loss for Conor McGregor, but...
Is he going to lose? Probably. But I'm telling you, if he can catch Floyd, if he can catch him with one of those big lefts, Floyd's not used to getting hit hard, man. He's not. And those MMA guys are a lot tougher than boxers are.
Yeah?
That's just a fact. That's a fact. They're used to taking knees and elbows to the face. And instead of thickly padded gloves.
I'm excited to see it.
I am too.
I think it'll happen.
Now, is Floyd going to win? Yeah, probably. But we'll find a time. We'll find a time to say it.
Let's see. The Rangers, the last 10 home playoff wins that they've had have been by 1 goal. 4 of them have been in overtime.
Wow.
And this stat was from a couple days ago, but through the first 24 playoff games in the NHL, 11 of them have gone in overtime.
That's so fun.
Yeah,
Do you watch hockey ever?
I'm not really a hockey fan, but that's exciting.
I'm telling you, man. The hockey playoffs are so much fun to watch.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before that in the March Madness tournament there was just a buttload of overtime games.
And a lot of game-winning. There's some game-winning shots too. I think
it was so exciting to watch.
Yeah. I don't care what sport you're watching. Overtime's fun, man.
Yeah, it's free sport.
Free extra period of time that you
free extra sports ball.
Free more sports ball.
Best video I've seen, maybe ever, was this guy
kayaking
on a kayak, and he's got a beer in his hand, right? And his kayak tips. He holds the beer up. He's underwater for easily 20 seconds. It may be closer to 30, 35. And eventually he lets go of the beer. It's rested on the kayak. You see from the other side, he brings his arm up, grabs the beer, holds the beer for a second, lifts the kayak up. I'll retweet the video. It's awesome. Nothing bushly about that. That's just
it is awesome.
Whew.
It was dope.
Alright. Now let's bring it down a notch. Because that's way too exciting.
Well, there's some serious stuff to talk about.
Serious stuff.
There's one serious thing to talk about.
One serious thing.
And this is actually kind of like, I'm not sure how I feel about it because, okay, so we're talking about Aaron Hernandez, who was found dead in his cell after apparently he hanged himself. And now, should you wish death on other people? No, you shouldn't. But there are some people that I have a lot less sympathy for. And murderers are some of those people. Yeah. But, my friend made a post. Do you remember Jonathan Shannon from high school?
No idea.
He was a couple years older than us, but a friend of mine posted a status, and he was like, I was going to say something about this, but I'm not going to because this little girl's memory of her father forever is going to be memes and things making fun of him. But at the same time, he murdered someone. So it's like she needs to know that her father was not a good guy. But it's so hard because it's a little girl.
Yeah.
And you can't just destroy her,
I think he kind of got out of the bad place that he was in growing up, and then kind of got back into it.
He definitely did.
And when he got back into it with access to more things, because money gives you access to more things,
and kind of liberty to do a lot more of just what you want.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. That's how it is. That's what money does.
Yeah.
And
it's sad because him and Gronk.
People also don't remember. Aaron Hernandez was really good at football. He was really good.
If he wouldn't have become a murderer, they might
have a couple more.
They might have a couple more championships.
I am 100% confident saying they could have at least gotten there.
They would have been the most. It might have been more talking about Aaron Hernandez because he might have been the healthy one the whole time than talking about Gronk.
He was more consistently healthy from the beginning of the
Gronk
career.
might not be Gronk if Aaron Hernandez is.
He would still be Gronk.
I don't know. He might not be.
He still has the abilities that he has.
Because Hernandez really could have taken some of that away from Gronk.
Sure, but anyways, the point is,
sad.
Guys, keep your head level and just stay out of trouble, man. His daughter's life is, never going to be the same now. And he's serving one life sentence. He probably would have gotten out in 25 years. Probably. If he would have had good behavior and stuff. But, I can't imagine being in a place as dark as that. He did get acquitted for the two other murders. He did get acquitted.
Think about it. You're in jail 25 years, and he's probably about 25 now. 30.
He's 27. He's 27. I just saw it on there. Yep.
So you get out. Let's say you're.
And that's because it is a life sentence, but on good behavior and stuff, it could work out to 25 years.
You get out and you're 55, right?
You have a lot of time to spend with your daughter at that point.
What money does he have? Does he still have all the money from?
I don't think they can take it away from him. I mean, he earned it.
I guess if you still have that money, you'd be okay. But you're a different person after you're in jail for 20 years.
Most of your life.
Yeah.
If you're in jail for most of your life, it's going to be really hard to come back. And so obviously we cannot put ourselves in that place, that mental place.
Only time I've ever been in a jail is to visit it because my dad works at one.
Mm-hmm. He does.
Yes, he does.
And it is not a fun time at jails. It is a depressing place. I've been to a couple, and it's just it's the worst. It's the worst place. It's terrible. And those are just jails. I don't even want to know what prison's like, man.
Let's talk about.
Let's get a little.
Let's talk about the other tight end from that duo. Let's talk about Gronk.
Let's bring the energy up.
He interrupted Sean Spicer in his briefing to say, "You need any help?"
Gronk,
And he laughed it off.
Gronk, why do we deserve you? Why do we deserve him? Why do we deserve Gronkowski?
He's like a dog brought to life.
But just better. Even he is, but just better.
Oh, Gronk.
I love you, Gronk.
They were at the White House today.
Yep, they had their meeting with
68 members of the team were invited. Exactly half of them showed up.
Yeah, I figured it would be a
34 there, 34 not there.
And you know what? I like that they didn't all show up because it does show that they get the liberty to go to make that choice, and I like that. I don't think teams should force people to go. If they don't want to go, they don't have to.
Tom Brady did not show up, said he had family matters.
That's very, very, very interesting.
Well, Tom Brady's like Donald Trump's favorite player. But
yeah.
I saw a tweet, I can't remember who tweeted it, but shout out to whoever tweeted this. I favorited it and then unfavorited it if you want to go do the research.
It's not going to be worth it.
Not going to be worth it. But it's Tom Brady's parents' anniversary.
Oh, really? Today? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's legit. So, that's a legit matter.
Family matters. Whatever. Because I'm sure you go hang out with your parents on their anniversary every year, Tom Brady. Whatever. You just...
Yeah, see,
but
that's
good job, though. Get weaseling out of it. It's just...
You know what's funny?
Classic Tom.
I've gotten a lot more respect for Tom Brady over the years. And I hate to say that as a Colts fan because they are sworn enemies. But
I respect his ability, but I just can't wrap my head around the fact that he cheats because he doesn't need to.
I don't think he cheats.
Okay.
I really don't. Do you think he engineered Spygate? Did he engineer Spygate? Shut up.
I don't know.
He didn't.
The world may never know.
I don't think he did. I think he gets too much of the flack because he's just the quarterback. That's what happens to quarterbacks.
Other Patriot news, some running back news, not including Blunt.
Mr. White got signed.
3-year extension, $12 million. Also,
I'm 0 for 2 today.
Running back Gillislee, Mike Gillislee from Buffalo.
Yeah, he got signed too.
He didn't get signed.
Oh, did he not?
No. They signed a... It was like a pay sheet. I can't remember what the technical term for it was. But it was 2 years, $6.4 million. And now the Bills, at this point, have 4 days to match. And if they don't, then... They did the same thing with Hogan last year.
Patriots are glad about that.
Yeah.
He showed up in the playoffs.
And I don't know if the Bills will hold on to Gillislee because they do have Shady, and they picked up DeMarco and Tolbert, who they want to use more like a running back. And to have Shady Gillislee... No, they said that when they picked up Tolbert.
No, I'm saying Tolbert's going to have to drop some weight for that. And he will.
Well, but I think
a little bit, maybe 20 pounds.
They want to use him as a banger, I think.
Well, that's fine, but they want to...
Shady and a banger and then a fullback.
But they want his stamina to get better. So he'd need to drop a little weight, because,
we'll see. Tolbert's awesome.
He is a huge fan of
fullbacks. He honestly might be my favorite player in the NFL. And I'm really sad he didn't become a Falcon. Because when there was news about DeMarco leaving and Tolbert getting cut, I was like, oh my God, it could happen. And
no way, man. Well, then your other guy went to San Fran.
No, they...
Or did they? No, he went to Buffalo, too.
They both went to Buffalo.
That's right. You wanted him to go to San Fran.
I wish they both would have went to... I wish DeMarco would have stayed and Tolbert would have gone to the Falcons. And then they would have had Tolbert, DeMarco, Freeman, and Coleman all in the backfield. Woo, boy. Something else. They tried to sign Burkhead, but he also went to the Patriots.
You know what?
If they do end up getting Gillislee, they don't need Blunt.
I don't know, man. I like Blunt.
They have
the numbers speak for themselves. None of those guys can play like him.
Right.
They're not proven to, at least.
Well,
Blunt is proven to be a top 10 running back.
Someone sent out a chart of the running backs that they've had since like 2004, and all of them have the same stature. If you were to spread them out, like they were all between 5'8" and 6'2" or something like that.
Blunt's tall.
Yeah.
He's like 6'1", 6'2".
But he's heavier.
He's real. He's like 220, 230.
And if you were to shrink him down to the height of a Rex Burkhead or a Mike Gillislee,
If he was that size, if he could have...
metrics are about the same. And whether the Patriots want to admit it or not, it sure looks like they do follow some sort of metric.
Do they?
For their players.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's not surprising, and it's not surprising that we're just now finding out about it.
Maybe that's why they win.
Maybe they actually started analytics, and it wasn't...
They started analytics.
That was...
Okay, you know what they list Blunt at? 6 foot 250. Ugh.
Big boy.
Ugh. With the 6 foot stature, too, you get different, like... Okay, let's take a guy like Tolbert, who weighs around the same. Like 245-ish, I think they list him at right now.
I think it's 265.
No, it's not 265. I don't know why you think he weighs that much. There's no way he weighs that much. I'm pretty sure they listed him at 245 when he came to the...
225, so...
5'9", 243. So if you take a guy like Tolbert and you take a guy like Blunt, a taller guy who weigh around the same... has leverage that the shorter guy does not have because of the length of his legs and his torso and stuff. Like me, I can get certain leverage on a basketball court just because I'm long.
But you also have more body to hit.
That's fine,
and
but the numbers speak for
the center of gravity.
The numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, Blunt's been awesome.
Last year he was so good.
Tolbert also didn't have nearly the touches.
No. But I don't think he can run. I don't think his stamina is probably the same. He does a lot more blocking.
We'll see.
You know, I hope he does well. It'd be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch that guy.
This year.
5'9", 240. That's stupid. Are you kidding me?
I might try to snipe Tolbert in
fantasy.
In fantasy, a late
dude,
round.
I think that he could really run well there.
I
think that's a good fit.
I think I might if I get a late pick. I know who my round 2 pick is going to be.
Who's that?
You got to promise you don't try to snipe him from me.
Okay.
This is a good move. Right here. Thomas. Wide receiver for the Saints.
Oh, yeah. Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas had a big year last year.
I had him for a while. He didn't have as big a year as I wanted him to, but I could see the potential.
Brandon Cooks is leaving.
God, the Patriots are going to be so good.
Yeah, they are.
Dude, it's so stupid.
Falcons are going to be good too. Don't worry. It's going to be
a rematch.
It's going to be a rematch. I really think it's going to...
Dude, if they can get out, man.
Dude.
The Bucks are going to be tough.
Bucks are going to be tough.
Tennessee's going to be tough.
The Bucks, they're going to be on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they are. I saw that. The Colts were going to be on Hard Knocks, but they decided not to. It wasn't the time, apparently.
Butler also talking about that division. The Butler signed the tender with the Patriots, so now he can be traded.
Did you hear what they said about Sherman?
Might go to the Niners. What did they say about Sherman? He's not going to be at practice until May?
Mm-mm.
Well, both of those things that I said were true, but what do you have on Sherman that I don't?
That he might follow his running back friend.
To the Raiders?
How dirty would that be?
I love it.
With the grittiness of their team, he would be perfect.
God,
they said they might almost bundle it, and like he might follow him there. The Colts are my first choice, obviously, because of Andrew Luck and da-da-da-da-da. But my second choice is Oakland, because that would be so dirty.
And then the Titans, right?
And then the Titans.
That's my top 3, too. I don't even know what order they're in right now.
It doesn't matter to me. Honestly, it'd be fun to watch. For me, it's Colts first, but Raiders, dude. Raiders. Oh, my goodness.
Paired with Mack on that defense?
Dude, Khalil Mack also, I think in the next couple of years, will win a Defensive Player of the Year award. He is.
Deion Jones.
I think so, too. On the later end of that, because Khalil Mack has had, I think, like in 2-3 years he'll win. I think Mack, if he has a nice year,
I think the top 5 are going to have 2 Falcons players in it every year.
For at least a couple years, for at
Vic
least 5 or 6 years, they're going to have at least one guy in the discussion.
I think at least 2 in the top 5.
No.
Between Vic Beasley, Keanu Neal, and Deion Jones, you don't think 2 of those guys will be in the top 5 defensive players of the year?
It's a lot of defense to share on one team. They're not all going to have monster numbers. They have to share numbers.
There's different levels.
They still have to share numbers.
Sacks, tackles, interceptions.
That's fine.
Deion Jones.
I don't think 2 of them will be.
We'll see.
I would say Vic
I'm really
Beasley
excited.
probably will.
I'm really excited about the Falcons defense. Like
I'm just happy that the Colts picked up an incredibly quality player on defense. I'm just so happy about
Hankins.
that is a big move for them.
I think they should. I think Seahawks should just say, hey, we got a bundle deal here for you, a beast mode,
Sherman,
and a Sherman. Give us your best offer.
Just put it out there to the league.
Mm-hmm. And I hope the Colts bite.
That would be cool, right?
I hope it ends up being a bidding war between the Colts and the Raiders. The Raiders sound so awesome.
Dude, it does, right? Both of their attitudes there. Oh, it's just so perfect.
Like,
but I want the talent on my team.
All you need to throw in is like Ndamukong Suh, and then that's the trifecta right there.
If Sue went to the Raiders, they would win a Super Bowl. If all 3 of them went there, they would win a Super Bowl.
Sue, Max, Sherman, Beast Mode, Derek Carr, Marty Cooper. They added Jared Cook.
Who are they running now, though? Because Murray left.
Beast Mode.
But who else? Who else do they have?
Now?
Do they have anybody else right now?
They
have
a Rashard Richardson who's a good pass catching back.
Okay, so Beast Mode is their power back.
They have another. It's like Ola Awundo or something like that.
Yeah, Olawundo. Yeah,
who's also a good pass catching back.
Carry this for a second.
Busch League.
Hey, man. It's in the name, man. I'll yell out responses.
There are some pay cuts. 2 receivers, Harry Douglas of the Titans, and Danny Amendola, he's taking a pay cut for the 2nd year in a row.
Really?
Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
I don't know.
He said he didn't know. Brent Selleck is also taking a pay cut, which personally I think is well deserved. He's been underwhelming, especially for fantasy owners for 3 years in a row.
Who's that?
Selleck.
Okay.
So that I'm not too worried about that. The Niners are planning on suing Aldon Smith for the time he missed in 2011 for $341,000.
Whoo!
$341,630.18 to be specific.
To be Pacific.
Atlantic.
Yeah.
Indian.
To be Atlantic.
Indian. Can you name the 4th one?
Ocean? Arctic.
Yeah. You got it. I knew you could do it.
Come on, man.
You're so good at geometry.
Yeah. It's Busch League. Come on. What do you expect?
It's a joke. Aqib Talib shot himself in the foot. Literally. And
man, he's done that figuratively a lot of times too.
Yeah.
He just says things.
I hate the word literally, but he did.
He literally did.
He did. And we found out that the NFL is not going to
look into that anymore.
There's not going to be any reprimanding or disciplining.
I really hate that they can delve so far into their personal lives. No, they're public figures, and they're held to a higher standard because they're paid more, and they're public figures.
But they still are people that need a personal life that's not.
Can you imagine? You know, I can't imagine. Like, I used to work for Office Max. I don't really anymore. I work there on Saturdays. That's it. Come see me sometime. Great place. But I can't imagine, walking down the street, going to the mall, which is the same address technically.
Yeah, you can just walk across the parking lot.
Not in uniform, whatever. And someone yells at me, "Hey, you suck!" And they have a cell phone and they're recording it, and I flip them the bird. And now Office Max fines me $25,000.
It's like,
what?
Shit.
That's not fair.
That's not fair, man. When he's on the street, can't he just be a guy? Just a dude. Now, granted, he's a dude with a big, ugly nose, but
we'll get more into fines later. There's some fines doled out in the NBA.
Yeah, there were.
What else we got? Rams signed Patriots guard Trey Jackson. You're building up on guards.
If you get somebody from the Patriots, chances are it'll be all right.
You know what's scary?
What's that?
I think right now, I almost want the 12th pick in fantasy. And my 1 and 2 are going to be Gurley and Thomas.
I'm telling you guys, Gurley. I've been saying it for I've been
Maybe
saying it
Gurley
from the
and
beginning,
Lacey.
man.
Lacey's going to have a huge year, too, playing in Seattle.
I don't know.
He's finally going to get a chance.
They're lying, though, man.
Lacey hasn't had a chance to run the ball consistently since he was at Alabama.
Well, Green Bay doesn't run as
Exactly,
much as
that's what I'm saying.
They're such a
He's
passive
going to
team.
have a great breakout year because he's finally going to get consistent touches.
Well, think about this. The
He
Packers
hasn't been able to get in a groove since he was in college.
Dude, the Packers have been a passing team for 25
That's what I'm
years. They
saying.
had Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. It's like Brett Favre is the most passingest quarterback ever. Like, are you kidding me? He just throws.
Lacey's
And then they
gonna
have,
be
Rodgers. I think
they'll
he'll have a good year.
The Rams have built up their line. The Seahawks they've built their line a little bit too.
I hope so,
And-
man.
and
I
think
like Russell Wilson a lot. He's
they
a
could be
he's
the
a
top,
good guy.
They honestly, I don't think they will be, but I think they could be the top 2 running backs in the league this year. And that's a crazy thing to say with.
It's not crazy to say that about Gurley. Well, David Johnson is kind of crazy to
with
say.
David Johnson and Ezekiel
Zeke.
Elliott being in the league.
Dude, the
Dude,
running
just-
backs. Hey, did you
Stats.
see Christian McCaffrey's footwork?
He's pretty quick.
Oh my goodness!
I want to see him go to the Chargers.
He is so quick.
Fill in that
Come to
Danny
the
Danny
Colts, man.
Woodhead
No,
role.
Come to the Colts, man.
Or he'd be good in San Fran too because he's a
Well,
back a lot
'cause-
like Shanahan's backs. And
Well, and he's so fast and quick, and he's
And
an
a
incredibly good patch catcher.
yeah,
Pass catcher.
patch catcher. Man, I think that one got me at one point too.
Yeah, it did a couple weeks, like a week ago, I think.
Paul Zalesny is going to be moving to the strong side of the defense.
I like that.
And he was a middle linebacker, so he'll be on the outside somewhere, and
I think
that's
he's
to
gonna get
make
some
more
tackles,
room
man.
for Miles Jack. That's why he's doing it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, to make more room in the middle for Miles Jack.
But Postlesny has been a consistently top 5 tackler, top 10 tackler
Yeah.
for his whole career almost.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's a guy that people don't talk about enough.
You're right.
They really, really don't talk about Postlesny
Well, I mean-
because he is so good.
He's the best tackler on the Jags.
But he's also led the NFL in tackles before. Like he's that kind of a player. He's
good shot, man. I'm 0 for 2 tonight. I'm really, really, really struggling.
I had one off air that went in too, so
He did.
dose for dose.
You got to catch up, man. I got 2 more. You got 2 more. We can end up tied if you miss, because I'm gonna make my next 2. So.
Or I could just, sandbag and only drink one more beer and have a better percentage than you.
Wow. That's Busch League.
What else do we got here? Browns want to stay at pick number 1.
Yeah, so I heard something interesting about that. I heard that this would be an interesting thing. Is they take Garrett, number 1 overall, which they should.
Mhm.
They should do that. Trade up for somebody like Trubisky.
Yeah, you know who
That's what I saw.
You know who I also heard they're talking about trading for?
Who's that?
Are you ready for this?
I'm
It's
ready.
been my favorite trade quarterback to talk about the whole time. Kirk Cousins.
Stop.
Yes.
Really?
Really, really. Browns are thinking because Garoppolo seems to be off the table.
He is off the table. From
And
what I've heard.
There's one other one that they were interested in that's off the table. AJ McCarron is off the table.
I still think he never got a good enough chance in the NFL. I liked
well,
him, man.
not yet.
I think he needs to get a chance because he's a good
I think
quarterback.
Andy Dalton's time is coming, and AJ McCarron's time is
Coming.
also coming.
Opposite ways.
Good and bad.
One's going, one's coming.
Goodbye, hello.
Yes. Respectively.
Other quarterbacks, Fitzpatrick wants to play. Received no offers.
Too bad he doesn't play well. He played well 2 years ago. Man.
Fitzpatrick would be a perfect Brown.
He's got the losing mentality that they
He do.
strive for.
There's really just, there's the quarterbacks are starting to get more hype. Like Trubisky's starting to get a bunch of hype.
He is skyrocketing.
Browns are talking about him. The Chargers are talking about him. The Texans are talking
But
about
think
him.
about him as a first-round pick.
Yeah, and that
You know, the
came
Browns
out-
are
came
considering
out of
taking
nowhere.
him first pick.
I know, and it's crazy.
That's
It came
crazy.
Out of nowhere.
He's played 13 games.
And
Deshaun Watson is head, shoulders, knees, and toes above any
Yeah.
other quarterback.
and
He's proven it against.
the Browns. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be the Browns. But please just take Just
Take Garrett, man. Take Garrett.
You need to build around somebody.
He may be the scariest athlete I've heard about.
It doesn't have to
in
be
a long time.
And this year, it's just not a quarterback year.
Dude, they need defense too, man. They need it.
You're gonna
If they have a guy like that showing up their defense,
if you draft Garrett, you're not gonna be great next year. You're gonna have a high pick next year. You already have a bunch of picks.
But your defense is gonna have a catalyst now.
And there might be a quarterback next year that's better.
There probably will be.
Just wait. Take Fitzpatrick. Sign him for a 1-year deal. Good enough.
Take Garrett. Just take Garrett. He's so good.
Yeah.
And his specs may be the craziest of any lineman I've ever heard.
You know who the Texans had mild interest in?
Draft-wise?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Okay. Well, we'll start with earlier today on my lunch break. I need some new work shirts, but work shirts are expensive. They're nice shirts.
They're nice.
So I went to Plato's Closet, which is a great place.
Plato's Closet is awesome. If you haven't been there, go. And, they have a lot of really, really nice stuff for really cheap.
I saw a jersey.
Yeah.
And I put it aside. I waited for Taylor to come over, and I said, Taylor, I set a jersey aside for you. She said, this one here, number 6. She turned it around. You know who it was?
I hope it's who.
Jay Cutler. And that's who the Texans have mild interest in. Jay Cutler.
And the reason it's mild.
Also in the Texan news, Andre Johnson.
Yep.
Signed a 1-day contract.
Retire with the Texans.
He's
our all-time leading receptions.
Yeah,
guy,
he had.
He may be their touchdown guy too.
21 times he had 10+ receptions and 100+ yards in a game. 21 times, most ever in the NFL.
Okay, that's crazy.
Also, people don't give him enough
respect.
enough respect for how monstrous he used to be.
You know, I was
7 years ago.
I thought I felt something.
His big long ass hair in his mouth.
Ew!
You can't see it, but it's gross.
You know, Andre Johnson's prime is right after I got into the fantasy game.
Dude,
and I
he
always
was
wanted
so
Andre
good,
Johnson
man.
on my team, but
I remember watching him play the Colts because they're in the same division,
he
and
was
I was like, man, he keeps torching the Colts, man.
He was pre-Megatron, is what he was.
He was a big, 6'3",
it was
big,
Andre
strong
Johnson,
back.
and then it was Megatron, and now there's big
Mike
receivers ever.
Mike Evans, Kelvin Benjamin. Man, I'm excited to watch the
Julio
Bucs.
Jones.
I'm excited to watch the Bucs, dude.
Bucks.
I'm excited to watch the Bucs, dude.
Me too.
They're going to be so fun to watch.
I hate how excited I am to watch the Bucks.
Yeah, division-wise.
Yeah.
It's going to be... Dude, I'm telling you, the Falcons are not going to have as easy of a year this year.
No.
In their division. They're not going to win as many games.
No, the Panthers had a down year.
The Panthers are going to be a lot better
Saints,
this year.
I think the Saints...
I think they're going to shore up a little bit. I think they're going to be a lot better.
I don't. I think they're going to win like 3 or 4 games.
You don't think they're going to be better?
No. Just because the division is so tough.
That's
I think
fair.
they're going to win 1 game in the division. That gives them 5 losses. And I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like, but...
I don't know, man. Drew Brees can pull stuff out.
Well, yeah, but...
He also just lost his best receiver.
Exactly! That's what I'm saying. And their defense has picked
They
up...
just lost their best offensive player.
Their defense was just absolute trash last year.
Weren't they the worst?
Or
top couple. If you're the top 5, 6
Saints,
worst defensive teams, you're all the
honestly,
same. You all suck so hard.
The Saints or the Colts, to be honest.
It wasn't the Colts. They weren't the worst.
The Colts were pretty bad.
They were mid.
Tennessee wasn't very good either.
Let me look that up.
Stephen Tulloch, Lions linebacker, he retired. Also, a couple jersey. AJ Hawk, he also retired. I wish he had 7 less tackles in his career, because he would have still led Green Bay in tackles, and he would have had 11 tackles. He has 1,100.
Colts were third worst. Colts were
tackles.
Third worst. New Orleans was 6th worst.
So
that's what I was saying. 6 to the end. They all are about the same suck. They just suck so much.
They were the 3rd worst.
Colts were the 3rd worst.
Yeah, who was the worst?
San Fran. And then Cleveland.
Miami.
Indianapolis, Miami, Washington, New Orleans.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I'm surprised Oakland was so bad.
I'm surprised Miami is so bad with that line.
They have such a good line.
They had a really good line. Speaking of line, Dontari Poe is going to keep his number 92. Justin Hardy, we talked about, he changed his number from 16 to 14. I believe Eric Weems was 14 last year, and the year before, that's probably why Hardy wasn't 14. Mm-hmm. But he changed it because that was his dad's number, and his dad died, I believe, of cancer. So.
Oh, wow, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I always like stuff like that.
The Raiders, we talked about the Raiders earlier. they're hosting a soccer player who's also a safety for the Washington College, the University of Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The schedule is coming out Thursday at 8 p.m.
Tomorrow.
Excited about that.
I want the Colts and the Falcons to play.
No, you don't. You don't want that. You know, that's an L.
Man.
That's an L for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ray Rice.
Don't underestimate Andrew.
You're right. Ray Rice is now doing educational videos for the players and the staff of the NFL.
I'm telling you, I'm
really
so
cool.
pissed off that Ray Rice did not get another chance.
That's really cool.
He has rectified. He's
getting another chance because it's for the NFL. It's with the NFL.
Yeah, but as
It's
a player, I know that he was on his downslope, but he still had some running left in him.
That year off, I don't think. Maybe one game where he busted.
Randall.
Out. He has 2 touchdowns and 70 yards, and everybody picks him up on fantasy. But I think that's all he really has. Is one big week left in him and a couple slashes.
Yeah, but you know what? I am just super glad that he's kind of put himself in a good light again, and he's doing good things.
A couple things from college game. Jabril Peppers.
He's so good.
Played corner and linebacker in college, planning on playing safety in the NFL. But there's some teams, I think it was Miami, that actually had him as a running back on offense.
Pepper? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be dirty.
And apparently he played running back in high school, I think.
So you know what they were saying about Myles Garrett?
What?
So the specs again on Myles Garrett. He's a defensive end. 6'4", 270, 4'6", 40, 40-inch vertical.
Mm-hmm.
270. They would have moved him to linebacker. Would that not be the scariest linebacker ever?
Yeah, you talked about that. We
That
did.
is
We talked
just-
about that last
Did
time.
I say that? Did I say
Drop
that?
it back into coverage, and that would be scary.
I can't
Especially
say it
like
again.
against Andy Dalton. Yeah, we
He
talked
would
about that.
own Andy Dalton
He would own Andy Dalton. That would be the game. That would be Andy Dalton's last game.
against Myles Garrett.
19 passes batted
by Myles Garrett.
16 of them by Myles Garrett.
And he intercepted 6 of them.
Yeah. Also, Michigan news, Jabril Peppers. There was a baby that was named Harbaugh.
Got Randall here. Harbaugh?
Harbaugh, yeah.
First name?
Yeah, first name Harbaugh.
Good for you.
And the Cyhawks series is extended through 2023.
Good, they should. It's a
So
great.
that's good.
It's a great series.
I'm getting married on the day of the Cyhawks series this year.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun, man. So happy for you.
Thank
Taylor's the bomb. Bomb.com.
She is a mom.com.
She's a neat lady.
All that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Cat's pajamas.
Bee's knees. The big cheese.
Don't call her the big cheese. I don't think she'd like that one.
Sorry, Taylor.
Maybe she would. I don't know. I like cheese.
Basketball.
Basketball. So, Fizdales, who is the coach for the Grizzlies, was fined $30,000 for the rant he had on the referees in Game 1. And apparently Conley told him right away, "You're not going to pay any of that. We got you." And the team
That
paid,
is
the
so
team paid his fine.
so cool. So I want to tell you, guys, something about Conley. He's been in the league, I think, 8-9 years now. 0 technical fouls.
That's pretty neat.
That's so classy.
Kawhi doesn't have any technicals either.
And I doubt he will get many.
So
I love Kawhi.
Marcus Smart also got fined $25,000 for
I like him though, man. I like him.
flipping someone from in the crowd a bird. But it was in Boston, and I hear they actually call the middle finger to Larry.
Flip him a Larry.
Yeah, flipping the Larry.
That is maybe the best thing I've heard today. Larry Bird.
I came up with that when I was writing it down, and I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a good one." Flip him to Larry.
Because Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's right.
You see, is that
That's
what you were
right,
going
because
for?
Marcus Smart plays for the Celtics.
The Celtics, and so did Larry Bird.
Bingo.
God, I love Larry Bird.
Um,
He's so cool. He's just a cool guy.
Isaiah Thomas said that this has been without a doubt the hardest week of his life. If you haven't heard, his sister, his younger sister, China, died.
Yeah, she
China
passed away
Kawhi.
in a car accident.
Yeah.
Car accident.
He's also down 0-2 to a number 8 seed Bulls team in the playoffs.
See, honestly, dude, you know what this is?
Second time in Celtics history that's ever happened, that they've gone down to a lower seed at home. They've gone down in the first round at home 0-2.
And then they come back usually.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
sure.
the first time that it's happened for the Bulls since '93, which was with Jordan.
Man, you know what? Honestly, dude, a large part of that is because of what happened with us.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Like the timing, it could not have. And again, it's not about the basketball. This is not a basketball issue. This is a life issue. This is a personal. This is a human issue.
He's gonna, and you could see it. I was watching the game.
He's not himself, man. He's not himself.
I haven't watched a lot of Celtics basketball this year, but you could see it on his face when he was sitting down on the bench the last 4 minutes.
That's all he's thinking about.
And he was just absolutely emotionally just drained. Like,
all he's thinking about is this.
There's nothing he had in the tank. It just.
I think all his thoughts are going towards his family at this point. Yeah.
So
and they should be.
He's probably in Washington already.
No, yeah, I bet he is. I bet he's already there. I bet he left immediately. So our thoughts and our thoughts go out to the Thomas family and to everyone that knew her and
it's very sad.
Very sad. So,
but we do talk about sports, and we're going to continue to talk about
yes,
sports.
we are.
And also in that game was Rajon Rondo, who was
playing against his old team.
Phenomenal.
Almost had a triple-double.
Yeah. 11
it was like
points,
one board away, I think,
11
wasn't
points,
he?
14 assists, and one Russell Westbrook rebound away from a triple-double.
They give him rebounds, man. They
do.
I've seen Steven Adams and those guys. They go up for it, and then they just do this, and they let him get it. Which, I don't care. It's still unbelievable.
And apparently, in the last part of the end of the fourth quarter, he was saying, and it was Bradley Avery that quoted Rondo on this. He said, "Yeah, they gave up. They gave up." Talking about the Celtics. So, Rondo, maybe he wants to. There's talk that he wants to stay with the Bulls. There were some shakiness at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
But things are starting to click now, which is good for both the Bulls and Rondo. And me as the fan of both the Bulls and Rondo.
Really?
Yeah. I've always liked Rondo, and he's been bad the last couple of years. It's been bad for him, but maybe he finally kind of found his niche with the Bulls. And Wade last night, if you didn't watch the game, Wade in the playoffs is what he was.
Wade was Wade.
Yeah, it was.
People do not give him enough credit for how clutch he is.
It looked like 2013 the way Rondo and Wade were playing. Like,
I would even say earlier than that.
2010, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say 2009 or 10, man.
Yeah,
they were going at it. They were balling.
Yeah.
I told you.
I
told you.
I didn't get to it.
I'm finna hit it.
No foul, though.
No, there's no foul. That was good defense. It was good defense, man.
I would never be behind him. I would have been in front of him, and it would have been down his throat.
Dude, I can still get my shot off against you.
Hang on, so I got my shot.
You make me change my shot sometimes, but I'm 6'7", man. I can get it off.
I know.
But you're so long. You do contest it pretty well. And plus, you played with me for so long. You know what I like to do. You know my moves a little bit better than some people do.
When you have the ball, I can, like, from 3/4 court, I know if you're gonna shoot or not.
Do you?
Yeah.
From where my eyes are?
Oh yeah. That happens when your mom's a social worker and your dad's a psychologist.
Yeah, my parents are both in that area as well. So we
reading people.
We read people a lot.
It's all right.
It's fun. It's honestly just entertaining.
Yeah.
Anyways, more basketball.
Devin Booker.
God, I love Devin Booker. He's going to be so good.
He said 70 points in the game winners. I think that's the start of a legacy.
It is. 70 points is the start of a legacy. 6 people have done it.
No, 70 points, and it was 2 or 3 game winners that he hit in one season. Your rookie season, that's the start of a legacy. Just 70 points, that's...
He scored 70 points his second season, right? Or is it his rookie season?
This is his rookie season. Kentucky had that run with Booker last year. Kentucky was in the championship.
Isn't this his second year with them?
North Carolina lost to Kentucky in the championship last year, correct?
No. Villanova won.
Villanova won. So it was 2 years ago. No.
Yes, Villanova won at the buzzer.
Yeah.
North Carolina. And...
No, I was saying no to.
Wow, it was 2 years ago. No, it's his sophomore year. It's his second year.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Karen, come on.
Why don't you have that? I'm sorry, Karen.
You're a nice lady.
Yeah, you are. You just don't do anything.
She smells good, like, all the time.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
You ever notice that about girls? Like
they smell so. And you don't. You know what?
There's a girl.
You know what? A lot of times is. You know what it is? I don't even know what the scent is. I think it's
good.
I think it's girl scent.
It's good.
Do girls just smell like that?
Guys don't.
Guys smell like other stuff, and it's not positive.
True chance.
Anyways,
sorry,
Karen.
Devin Booker gonna have a heck of a season, regardless if that was his rookie season or sophomore season.
If you score 70 points in ever in a game, it doesn't matter what year it was.
So LeBron has won 19 straight round 1 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
Second most all time. Well, it's actually
the Pacers
fourth
will
most all time.
The Pacers will take a couple from them.
There's
at least
3. There's 3 tied with 20. I don't think they will.
They will.
I think the Cavs are going to sweep at this point.
Dude, they've lost 2 games by 8 points.
The Big Three scored 89 points, 25 points each in Game 2, and Paul George is calling out teammates, and I think
He should be.
I don't know. Maybe they'll get one, but I think at best they get one. I'm sorry. I wanted to see him take down the Cavs, but I just don't see it happening. They could win 3 in a row, and
yeah, but
I
here's
still
the
wouldn't
thing:
see it happening.
you have the gall to say that the Bulls could beat them and the Pacers couldn't. When I think the Pacers could beat the Bulls in a series.
Well, the Bulls are up 2-0 right now. The Celtics, the number 1
yeah,
seed.
but the Cavs are better than the Celtics.
Why are they the number 2 seed?
They're a better team. They won the championship last year, and the Celtics didn't.
But they're 2 seed.
The seeds don't matter. Are you kidding me?
You're right. You get
they don't matter, dude.
It's important to get into the playoffs. I think the Bulls could beat the Cavs because they are consistently good against the Cavs. They play them 500, and you got to be just 500 and then win Game 7. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park to beat the Cavs. No, I think it would take 6 or 7 games.
And also, I don't necessarily think the Bulls are going to win against the Celtics in the series.
I don't either.
I don't think they will. I think that the Celtics are a better team. It's factual.
But they just have to win 2 of the next 5 games, and 3 of them are at home. So I do like the Bulls' odds.
No, and it's
they have 3 games in a row at home, and they got to win 2 of those. And if they don't win 2 of those, then
it sucks because I feel so bad for Isaiah.
Wouldn't it be?
I just hate it, man. I hate it.
Do you think it's ever happened where the team has lost the first 2, like all the wins were on the road? You know,
that'd be amazing.
They
won 4 road.
The away team wins the first 2, and then the team that was home the first 2 wins the next 3.
See, that's what I think could happen with the Pacers. I think the Pacers could win at home. They can win at home, dude.
Well, they need to.
They need to, and I think that they'll win.
Bangers Life Fieldhouse? That Bangers Life is a good
I've heard it's a neat company.
Kawhi, in Game 1, had 32 points, 14 field goal attempts. In Game 2, he had 37 points, 14 field goal attempts.
Kawhi
19 for 19 from the free throw line that Game 2.
I'm telling you,
Kawhi is most all time.
Kawhi is the net
game.
Yeah, first best is Dirk. 24 for 24 against the Thunder.
Dirk is
Dirk, man. 24 for 24, that's just stupid. He scored 48 on the Thunder.
You want to talk about unstoppable,
that's Dirk, man. That 2011
shot.
If you've never watched this before, at some point go watch Dirk Nowitzki's whole 2011 playoff run. It is my favorite playoff run in the history of the NBA because they were so underrated. They swept the former champion Spurs that won the year before, or the Lakers that won the year before.
That was Jet Terry with them, right?
Yeah, that was one of Jason's last year, or
I think it might have been his last year, to be honest.
No, he's been playing recently. He was on the Bucks and stuff.
Oh,
but that was his only championship that he won. But anyways, go watch that sometime because Dirk Nowitzki, that playoff run was just unbelievable. Super fun to watch.
KD is out tonight. I had him as questionable, and then you told me he was out.
Yep, he was.
Um,
He is out, though.
Melo and Lala are no more.
Apparently, Melo went to the strip club and got a little boingity going. And
Unforgivable.
baby bump. That's pretty pathetic, man. Come on. Have you seen Carmelo's wife?
Lala.
I mean,
La.
come on, man.
La.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Can't say ooh la la without the la
La la.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All about
La,
that.
la, la.
So
Come on, Carmelo.
Kobe is
That's
endorsing
some-
body armor now. Not body armor. Yeah, body armor.
The drink?
The drink, yeah.
At the overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, we had that last year, Kobe. Ben had it.
We bet on
Also,
body armor, bro. Get on
James
board.
Harden's also in a commercial. There's a couple other people that he has.
It's really good stuff, man. It has a lot of actual health. You know, the electrolytes and vitamins and stuff. It's
well,
good
let's
stuff.
talk about healthy and retired basketball players that are opening businesses.
Ray Allen. And
had
all like
a-
incredibly healthy
or-
fast food restaurant.
Yeah, grown drive-through.
Yep.
Organic fast food.
So cool. That's awesome, Ray.
It's gonna be out.
He's
it's
been a
gonna
health
be like
nut his whole life for a
$14
long time.
for a burger or something. It's gonna be like.
Whatever. It's
bonkers
in like
overpriced.
Miami, so it's
But
whatever.
the vegans, they'll pay for it.
Vegans-
The organic nuts, they'll pay for it.
They pay all kinds of money for ridiculous stuff.
I know. And drive-through,
I want to get almond butter paste.
shut the front door.
Man,
Chris Bosh
Sweet,
is
man.
not done yet.
I think he's done, man.
Says he's not.
His body can say otherwise, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I have some basketball news for
Basketball news.
college. We'll start with the ladies. Kelsey Plum went number 1 overall, which she should have, to the San Antonio Stars. That's all I got on that.
That's it.
Some people that going into drafts, not drafts. Sharif O'Neal
I'm
Who,
telling
yes,
you, man,
is
he's going to be
Shaq's son
scary.
committed to Arizona.
Yeah, he's
So
going to be a
pick
wildcat
Arizona to win your championship next year.
because they're going to.
Have
you seen him play?
No. I mean,
He's
he's
a
Jack's kid.
No,
so
no,
I can,
listen.
I kind of got an idea.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because he's approaching Shaq's size, but he dribbles and shoots jumpers. Well.
He's not even half as wide as Shaq is.
He's got the frame. He's going to have the frame, though, dude.
He's as tall. I don't think he'll be nearly as wide or strong. But if he can dribble and shoot, then that makes a big difference.
Yeah, because Shaq could do neither of those.
Yes.
So
That's
if you could,
Yankees 9-1.
oh my goodness, man.
Tanaka got to win.
Yeah, I knew. See, I knew
Okay.
he's going to be fine.
So,
man. Tanaka's going to
Tanaka's
be fine.
real quick about the Yankees and the White Sox. When I was a little kid, I went to a Yankees-White Sox game. I was, I guess, not a real little kid. I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that area. It was just me and my dad. The Roger Clemens was warming up in the bullpen. He didn't pitch, but he was warming up in the bullpen. I don't tell you how long ago it was. And it was kind of rainy, and the Yankees got clobbered.
Yeah.
They really did. And by the fifth inning, there were some drunk White Sox fans behind us
Surprise, surprise.
chanting, "Yankees suck! Yankees suck!" And my little 10, 12, 13-year-old self turned around and as high pitched as I could said,
His voice used to be really. His voice used to be really high pitched back
Told
in
him
the
to
day.
shut So that's team support. They were probably down 6 or 7 runs at that point. So go Yankees.
Go Yankees. No, don't go Yankees. Go Cubs. The
Um,
Cubs won today, so I'm happy.
back to college basketball stuff. Mark Fultz, who's going into the NBA draft, says, honestly, I'm trying to be the MVP next year.
Marquise Fultz?
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. And he said he laughed off Lonzo's comments that he's the best player in the draft. He's like, I'm trying to win MVP next year, bro. And he said, screw this kid. Whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, that attitude is what it takes to win an MVP. To say, screw that guy, I'm going to win MVP next year,
Yeah,
that is what you
This
need.
guy that's been in the media the whole year, all people were talking
Well,
about.
now here's the thing, too. Lonzo's going to be incredible.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be dumb.
I hope he goes to the Celtics.
Dude, I hope he
They
goes.
want-
No, I hope he goes to the Timberwolves. Think about that. Think about that,
I
dude.
don't
Stop.
want to think about the Timberwolves winning the next, 6
Eight.
out of 10 championships.
Dude, their backcourt would both have 40-some inch verticals. Just like the Thunder.
Nigel William-Goss is also going to the draft. Grayson Allen is not.
I like that. Though.
Gonna go into graduate school. I wish he did. I'm tired of Grayson Allen.
Graduate school?
Yeah, at Duke.
Is he a senior?
Apparently. I don't know whether he
He's not a
hasn't played
senior, is
4
he?
years, so.
Graduate school? What are you talking about graduate school for?
I don't know. I thought that's what I read. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. You're making me feel like I was wrong.
Well, I don't think he would go to. I don't think he would go to.
Regardless, he's going to.
He's returning for his senior season.
Senior season.
He was a junior last year.
Okay. I wish he would go to the NBA and become irrelevant.
Why do you hate him so much?
He's dirty.
You play a lot
He's
like
a
him.
dookie. I don't trip people.
He's not dirty, man. People are too sensitive now, man. That's
You're
the
right.
problem. That's the problem.
You're right.
The problem is that people are too sensitive. If he would have played in the 80s or 90s, nobody would have said shit about him.
I don't like him
Ever.
Mostly because
Because he's from Duke. That's why you don't like it.
He just looks like a Duke.
He does look like he looks like what's his face? The illegitimate son of what's his name? Presidential candidate that sucked so much. Ted Cruz.
So I have one more topic.
Okay.
And it's the last topic for a reason, because of how we ended the show. I always say it's Busch League.
Mhm.
That's my opinion on it. I'll ask you. Oregon is hanging a final...
So wait. So this is the thing we're going to end the show on.
Mhm.
Is it Busch League or not?
Sure.
Okay.
Oregon college men's basketball team is hanging a Final Four banner.
That's Busch League. No one cares, man. No one cares. That's Busch League.
Buckets.
Bang.